Hello, I'm Mystic Paw, and I'm here to tell you my theory about the beginnings of the Earth and the future of the planet we live on. So I believe that the world, the Earth that we live on now, is not the planet we have always lived on. I believe that many, many years ago, we resided on the planet Venus. And you may ask how that was possible. Human and mankind alike resided there, but now, today, temperatures on Venus exceed 900 degrees Fahrenheit, and you would die and burn if you lived there. What had happened was the sun was so small back then. It was so much smaller because it grows. It's been growing faster and faster at an exponential rate. So back then, the sun was smaller, and the distance from Venus to the sun was equivalent from the distance between Earth and the sun today. So the climate was a lot like Earth's, and scientists have done studies and they found oceans and land patterns a lot similar to our planet. So you may ask how this happened. And you may ask what the first planet was, because we did live on the one that's closest to the sun before that. It's just a cycle. There's probably even planets when the sun was a small baby star. So people lived on Venus, and they had developed technology. They had come as far as you and I have today. They had cars and taxis and trains and airplanes and computers and everything. They even began funding space adventures and learning to terraform. And at that point, the climate of the Earth that we live on today was similar to Mars is today. They had just found frozen water, and they were exploring ways to create a livable, sustainable atmosphere. But as global warming increased, Venus slowly became too hot to live on. Global warming was getting insane, and people were dying, their cells were denaturing. So people were moving to Earth, which slowly, as Venus became too hot, Earth became habitable. So people either moved to Earth or died on Venus. And when they moved to Earth, they couldn't bring everything. They tried, but when Venus exploded and became smaller, they lost a lot of data. And so people had to start over. They built pyramids, the Great Pyramids, and walls of China, and they moved to countries and had wars and fought, and slowly they began to develop. And that brings us to today. Today, the Earth is getting hot at an exponential rate, and we're just beginning to explore space in the future. So we are going to terraform Mars and make it a planet that we can live on, and slowly the Earth will become too hot, and we will move to Mars. And if you check all the facts, all of this checks out as the truth. So you're either going to move to Mars or die on Earth. And this cycle will repeat for thousands and thousands of years until we've lived on all of the planets and the galaxy collapses. Thank you. I'm Mystic Paw, and that was my theory.